Hello, my name is Andrew. Welcome to my house. One of the main reasons why I've invited you into my house is to talk about a well-known public concern about apartment management. And I'd like to get a preferably fresh perspective from any apartment owners as to whether or not this is cause for termination, non-renewal of lease, and of course, well, just generally bad management. Now, let's start with a little history. I graduated high school in about 2006 from Clark, here in San Antonio. You know, family was moving out of town. You know, I decided to stay here. Got an apartment at the Wood. Well, I'm not going to go ahead and name the apartment, but you know, suffice it to say, it's on. When I moved in, it was a very nice looking apartment area. You know, I'm rather dependent on the bus systems, so being at on two of the well-used systems, on bus routes, had some advantages. You know, minutes, not exactly minutes from downtown, but you know the drill. A certain set of time from downtown. And yes, I tend to walk when I talk. So if I'm making you a bit nauseous, I apologize. This is just how I talk. So I've been here let's say July 2006 till the end of September this year, which is in a couple weeks. So, you know, the catalyst for said appointments, said setbacks is I was only 18 when I first moved in. It's a brand new apartment. I'm on my own, away from the folks. You know, what's the first thing a guy's gonna do? Yeah, he's gonna have friends over, possibly drink. You know, of course I did wait until I waited a couple weeks after before my 21st to get drunk, to start drinking, but it's okay. It was in a controlled environment. I didn't leave, mostly because I don't have a car. You know, it's one of the benefits. I can't drive home drunk if I don't have a car. There we go. So, either way, you know, I've gotten a couple complaints on me for, you know, for noise, you know, but brand new in the into the apartment world, you know, I'm bound to have a couple of those. You know, needless to say, I've been here now for 4 years. And not too long after that, I was in a one-bedroom apartment for 3 of those 4 years. I just moved into this 2-bedroom, same apartment area or apartment complex. You know, my apartment was used as a host for, say, role-playing games such as D&D, Star Wars, and Vampire the Masquerade, all sorts of good stuff. You know, and one of the things is, you know, we had about, you know, five guys coming up to the apartment. You know, if you look at me, yeah, I'm not exactly thin. You know, but I ain't, you know, King Kong motherfucker. Sorry for language. I don't know if this will get whatever for on YouTube, but you know, and for all RPGers, you know, sometimes when you get on a roll, it is very difficult to stop. So we would sometimes play until like 10 o'clock in the morning. We'd start at maybe about 5 o'clock on the Fridays. And we'd sometimes end up going until 10 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. Because, well, we get to a point where we start some shit. And, well, one thing leads to another. It's 10 a.m. in the morning. And we're tired as hell, you know. So we finally found some place to stop for the moment in the campaign. And we've been having the sessions, you know, give or take every Friday. You know, any fellow RPGers, you know how that goes. You try and hold it at least once a week. You know, but some of my guests, you know, they weren't exactly on the skinny side. One of the guys are Dungeons and Dragons GM, Daniel. He's this tiny little husky, real husky guy, but he's pretty cool. Yeah, he's a great GM. You know. You know, we're not like stomping around. You know, we're just someone would get up, go to the bathroom. You know, we wouldn't just be like jumping up and down on the, you know, on the floors, trying to get everywhere. I mean, sometimes, you know, we'd have a misstep. You know, and I could understand how that can be disruptive, but it's not like we were trying to do it on purpose. And we, you know, a lot of things we can't help when we're moving. You know, we might be very careful, and we might knock something down and make a large crash. You know, but anywho. Apparently, the complex managers had decided to, well, decide not to re-sign our lease based on a 3-count warning violation. And for those not familiar with that, a 3-count warning violation is basically if you get more than 3 lease violations during your lease here, you know, you're out of here. You know, and some of the things, you know, number one, I don't know if my neighbor did, my downstairs neighbor, I'm on a second floor building. So and I'm on the top floor. So of course we had our neighbor downstairs, you know. And the thing is, I feel like I was jilted through the neighbor because I believe that there's a certain set of functions that you must do to file a noise complaint against a neighbor. All right, this may just be me, but it's one of my views. You know, you go up, you talk to the neighbor, you talk to the person who's making said noise. All right, you know, you let them know, hey, you know, we're trying to sleep downstairs. You know, you guys are making we're getting a lot of noise coming in from up here, a lot of footsteps. I have to go in to work tomorrow morning. I'd appreciate it if you guys could keep the noise down. I'd be more than happy to say, you know, look, I apologize. We are having a session. What I'll go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and find a place to, you know, to stop. You know, as soon as you know, a good stopping point as soon as we can. You know, and then we'll go ahead and set the guys up to head out. You know, that's at least phase 1 and phase 2. You know, if the noise persists, you come back up, say, hey, you guys are making the noise again. Again, I don't mean to be fussy, but you know, all that good stuff. You know, it's to me, it's just common courtesy to inform your neighbor that they're at least making the noise. Store doesn't matter. I don't want to stay shut. You know, the third phase is to, you know, if there's noise, if there's a valid noise complaint, you know, you call the cops. You know, you don't have to call the emergency line, you know, because it's not like a real emergency, like a house is getting robbed or house is on fire. You know, but you know, they'll come by and say, "Hey, we got some reports. Please keep the noise down." You know, that's escalate. That's what's called escalation. You got to escalate things in order. But you know, the fourth stage is, you know, then going to management. You know, now what management is telling me is that basically, Andrew, this is this is the manager at such and such apartments. We've been getting reports from your neighbor about noise. You know, I don't know if she could possibly be referring to the D&D sessions, you know, but she could never give me a time frame. You know, if you can't give a time frame, there's no way that I can move things around, you know. So help de-escalate the problem. So I don't know. If anyone out there has any ideas, you know, any advice, whether I'm in the right, whether I'm in the wrong, you know, I'd appreciate any input. You know, please no over the top flaming. You know, just please constructive criticism only. All right. Thanks for listening to me, and yeah, see ya.